It is rightly said. If you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. Now it's finally time for the most momentous section of this conference, the innovator pitches and the award show, where groundbreaking ideas stand poised to revolutionize the world of healthcare. Today, we are on the cusp of witnessing visionary minds unveil solutions that have the potential to reshape the landscape of healthcare delivery. These innovators, fueled by a passion for progress, have dedicated themselves to crafting ideas that transcend conventional boundaries. They are not just concepts, they're catalysts for change, embodiments of a future where healthcare is not just a service, but a tapestry woven by the threads of innovation and, most of all, compassion. Our distinguished panel of judges, experts in their respective fields, is ready to evaluate and celebrate these pioneers. Quickly, I'll welcome our esteemed judges. Starting with Mr. Nirmal Bengani, Head of Business Development and Partnership, iHub Anubhuti, IIIT Delhi. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Next up, we have Dr. Shirshendu Mukherjee, Mission Director, PMU DBT, Welcome Unit. Sorry for the inconvenience. We have amongst us Dr. Saurabh Gupta, Assistant Professor in IIT Raipur, and Commander Gaurav Sharma, Project Officer, IIIT Delhi. Please welcome them with a huge round of applause. We also have with us our esteemed panelist, Vibhor Jain, Product Manager, IIIT Delhi, Innovation and Incubation Center. Please give them a round of applause. Why are we all so down? This is literally the last session for the two-day conference. I think we can show some energy here at least. All right. So I'm very excited to call upon Team 1, Govind T, with their topic, XR-based prescription digital therapeutics platform designed to revolutionize mental health rehabilitation. I would want to welcome him on stage.
Respected gathering, I'm Govind and I'm thrilled to present LEARS, a prescription digital therapeutics based mental health rehabilitation platform. We are proudly supported by Department of Science and Technology and Microsoft for startups. Providing an overview about PDDX, prescription digital therapeutics are a software based therapies that are prescribed by a healthcare provider. They are delivered on a digital devices and can treat and manage a wide range of serious diseases and disorders. And PDTX can be an effective on their own or in a combination with other forms of therapies. Moving on. Now, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Millions around the globe struggle with mental health rehabilitation challenges, but the accessibility and affordability of effective care digital therapeutics platform blends the extended reality and AI-powered virtual assistants, offering a personalized and accessible healthcare. But how does LEAS work? And we have designed a platform that generates an AI powered interactive environment based on practitioners' prescription. That is, when the patients are guided by a virtual assistant inside the virtual environment, facilitating assessments and creating progress matrices through a gamified learning approach. Okay, let's take a look at our practitioner's control model. So this grants the ability to shape the patient's virtual environment according to the core of the patient's condition. And practitioner can guide the patient inside the virtual environment using this control module according to the individual needs. And moving on, here we can see a comprehensive suite of features, that is, which includes a course customization and a diagnostic suite for practitioners. With this feature, we empower practitioners to create a tailored therapy courses for their patients, utilizing a sophisticated diagnostic tools. And thanks to our partnership with the Microsoft, we take pride in the incorporation of our AI-powered XR environment generation. And this dynamic technology generates an immersive extended reality environment powered by AI, ensuring an engaging and effective therapy sessions. So, and the other component is the digital twinning. This is a pivotal element of our project. It allows for the creation of a personalized digital twins, helping track patients' data and progresses, ultimately leading to a better therapy outcomes. And also, we have seamlessly integrated a clinical proven therapies, ensuring the highest standards of mental health rehabilitation. This is been possible with our mentors from various healthcare institutions. In sum, our platform offers a holistic and a cutting-edge approach of mental health rehabilitation. Now, let's talk about our competition. While Limbics, Neurology Therapeutics, Da Vinci Digital Therapeutics, Metami Health, and Therami Bioelectronics are doing a commendable work, what sets us apart is the course customization dashboard, a control module empowered by the limitless creation of AI-based virtual environment generation. This virtual environment can seamlessly be generated by providing a prompt of how the virtual environment can be generated. And this fine-tuned is a uniqueness of our product, makes these our competitors, uh, which provides us a more competitive advantage. So, moving on to the market look. As of the look, the global digital therapeutics landscape is booming, which is expected to have of $9.4 billion by 2024. And also, PwC reports that over 50% of mental health patients are willing to explore telehealth services, which point towards a potential of our market. So, towards a business model which revolves around B2B and B2C approach. We partner with mental health professionals engaging in data licensing and research partnership and ensure continuous content updates with the expansion pack. Basically, it is a subscription based market approach. Now, let's talk about the numbers. Our budget allocation includes 6.8 lakhs for the product development, 12.6 lakhs for VR assets and user testing prototyping, and 11.5 lakhs for external services like cloud hosting, QA, and legal services and other regulatory requirements. Representing myself as the founder of Leas, I have passion for developing affordable healthcare devices that can make a difference in people's lives. Before I started my dream startup, I worked at Amazon Global Robotics in the global operations of artificial intelligence, where I gained valuable experiences and skills. And also, I was blessed to get invited to represent Indian startups at Singapore India Hackathon 2023, which is a G20 event, and to be part of expert team for UNESCO India Africa Hackathon 2022 and Smart India Hackathon 2022 by Ministry of Education. And also, as an independent contractor, I had taken multiple projects in the field of healthcare, applying my creativity and innovation. And my efforts have been recognized at the state and national levels, and I had the honor of interacting with the Honorable Prime Minister of India, who appreciated my work on developing technology focused on affordable healthcare technologies. So, in conclusion, LEARS is not just a solution, it's a movement towards accessible and personalized mental health rehabilitation, and also which aspire to make every practitioner the best practitioner. Thank you.
One is online. Want to ask something? Yeah, Govind, good afternoon. I'm Commander Gaurav Sharma. So,
Hello.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you also help us understand how are you going to get your prescriptions, um, certified and clinically validated by the correct agencies?
So, sir, in particular to that, we are working with the vendors from various healthcare institutions. So, first is the our PDDX comes under a category of a medical devices. So, we are moving in that direction where especially in these for storage of data, like following HIPAA compliances and all. Like even though we are currently in the MVP stages, after getting a proper approvals from their healthcare institution and mentors, we are moving on to get a approval for testing and then the further process of productization. Hello.
So I think audience can ask the question to Kovin if there are any questions. Any questions from audience? Okay. Okay, Govind, yeah. Thank you then. Yeah. We can go for the next.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Or you can stay online for... Okay, fine. Please stay online.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Amitesh K with his topic, POC blockchain-enabled personal health record mobile application leveraging the ABHA ID framework under Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. I welcome you, sir. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
How would I change the slides? Amitesh.
This is the slider and this is the pointer and this is the slide shader. You can just a minute.
Just नहीं है, so good evening, everyone. Respected juries, dear colleagues. So I present before you blockchain-enabled ABHA ID-linked personal health record mobile application. I mean, that sounds very boring to start with, right? So I would start with a story of what we were trying to do and why and how we reached these fancy terms of blockchain. So personally, I am Dr. Amitesh. I have done my MD in hospital administration from AIIMS New Delhi, and to further hone my skills, I went to ISP to do my MBA. I have been partnered with a very dear friend of mine, Deepak Sharma. He is a BTech in mechanical engineering, has a tons of patents on his name from IIT Bombay, and we were fortunate enough to be mentored by extraordinary faculty from IIT Delhi. So the problem statement which we are trying to solve comes out from a very personal story. So I was posted as a medical officer in state of Maharashtra, district Raigad. There's this coastal village. And I had on my first week of as a posting as a medical officer, I have this patient. She comes, she's a female for her 5th delivery, came for her prenatal checkup. She was due within a month. And the patient looked pale. We wanted to get her, blood anemia done. And I'm talking about 2013. Unfortunately, where I was located, there was no way I could have gotten that done. We tried our best, gave her iron sucrose supplementation. Sad story, she expired within 3 days. And that trauma has still stayed over with me so far, that how and why the bottom of the economic pyramid, and we all talk about the iceberg phenomenon of the disease, why we have not been able to capture those patients, those people who really want to be, who would be affected the most by all the digital and AI-enabled technology we all talk about. I mean, sure, living in Delhi, I can go on 1mg, I can find Dr. Lal to come at my rescue, or maybe Healthians to come at my rescue, but who will really rescue that patient? Now that is where our origin of the whole problem statement began. So what we are trying to do, it's very simple. It's a personal health record. What's in personal health record? It's kind of a repository where you add up all your details, all your whatever lab investigations you do, whatever clinical visits you have taken place. But what was the game changer which I would feel in the Indian landscape? We called this the UPI movement of Indian healthcare with the advent of Unified Health Interface and ABHA ID. We have now we are at the cusp of generating an opportunity where you can generate an intrinsic value to data. So what does that really mean, and why are we focusing so much about it? So let's say as a practitioner, if someone wants to interact with me today, he would just WhatsApp me his report, he would WhatsApp me that report, I would WhatsApp it to someone else, or maybe I would email it to. Now, when we are looking at as a singular unit perspective, it appears, okay, it's fine, why do I really need to have a, really blockchain enabled application to share data or really worry about personal health record? But now, if we try to look at it at a very broader perspective, and I am a population research agency, and I'm really looking at 10,000 people who are taking certain anti-hyperlipidemic drug, and I want to monitor their blood cholesterol levels. And now when I want that longitudinal data of those patients, can I really rely on that WhatsApp forward which I have received? Are you even sure if it is tampered or not? I mean, there are intrinsic frameworks which are inbuilt in a lot of applications, but we wanted to create a platform where you are able to bring all of them together, and now you have an intrinsic value of data. So now that one data, if you are engaging as 10,000 people working with a clinical trial organization or working with, let's say, a population research organization, that becomes a meaning to the data, because those organizations would be willing to pay to get access to that data. And what you would get in return, now it has to be, the supply has to be matched with the demand side. What you would get in return is that there would be someone who would be willing to sustain and fulfill the financial way the system has to run, and you get the personalized AI-based recommendation to bring you from the bottom of the healthcare pyramid to a formal healthcare education. And that is for which we developed a proof of concept. I'll quickly run through the journey. We are focusing on tier 2 and tier 3 cities. We built our platform on Hyperledger because Ethereum, as we are all aware, comes with a lot of gas fees. Hyperledger is easier to use. What do we talk about AI-enabled personal screening? So what we are doing is that patients who are coming onto our application, once they upload their reports, so our custom-built OCR picks up that data, and there are a lot of open source AI applications which can give you a prediction about whether you should go to a doctor or whether you should seek treatment. The answer is frankly very binary. We don't want to give predictions for, let's say, a prediction of MI, even though there is a capability of the system to do that, but our focus is to really focus on that binary outcome. You go to the doctor or you don't go to the doctor. And we are also blessed to be in the right regulatory market with Digital Personal Data Protection Act. The government is focusing on the privacy. We do have an early mover advantage, and Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission interoperability is the key in our product. This is a broad overview. If you see towards the end, the QR code is basically what needs to be shared. So the QR code is actually comprised of the long hash ID, which we have created from the data. Also, what you see is that this is also linked with ABHA. So once he is entering his ABHA, all the data which is collected in the ABHA would be coming over. There is an intrinsic mechanism of consent framework embedded in ABHA, but what we have also done is that since we have a layer of Hyperledger, you can actually see how your data is being processed. So let's say if I send it to someone else, or if that someone else sends it to someone, so that everything is getting tabbed in our ledger. And how this helps is what will our business case would be. Again, this is how the application looks like. You can add and edit your images. So we are actually trying to do a lot of below-the-line marketing, tapping the ASHA network to create a conducive environment where they go to, let's say, their villages, and we have developed an anemia detection app. So they would say that, okay, you click your 5 photographs, and then you would get to know what is your level of anemia, and you would be getting paid for it. Now, with this, we are also trying to practice third-degree price differentiation. So for someone who has, let's say, a willingness to pay of 100 rupees, we don't want to connect him to a Medantas or Apollos of the country. We want to connect him to that 100 rupee primary care physician. And similarly, for someone who has a higher willingness to pay, we would be wanting. So we are trying to categorize our all the users who are on our app in these different buckets. And patients are given monetary incentives, so they are the ones who are actually given. So it's kind of a positive feedback cycle where they would be incentivized to be on our, stay on our app. Now, so we are trying to, if you look at now we have talked about the supply side. We also want to look at clinical trial organization, hospital, population research organization who would be willing to engage with these data. Just to give an example, so if I am, for example, a pharma organization, if I want to come to India, do a clinical trial in India, right now, I do not have a mechanism to create a framework where I can talk about the authenticity of the data. But with all of the data on a Hyperledger platform, I can go to FDA, I can put it to a third-party auditor for the validation. So summarily, we want to bring trust back to data sharing. And as we discussed, the longitudinal medical history of the patient is immutable. What funds we require is for the scaling of the product. Again, we are looking at a TAM of around 1 million smartphone users in rural India. The estimated growth is huge. And we have developed the POC. We are in process of developing MVP and also in talks with a clinical trial organization. And just to give a perspective, 45 crore ABHA ID have already been generated. So we have to realize that the potential is already there. This is just from last to last month, the PIB report, 1 crore OPD tokens have been generated. So the potential is immense, not just for us, but it is for other people who are working in the field. Again, we tried to do a Porter's 5 to understand how the healthcare market is really, structured around the personal health records we find. So there is a very high risk of new entrants because new entrants usually come up with very customized solution. And we have to understand that solutions have to be really specific to what the patient's needs are. Also, the power of users, as we discussed, because individual users, individual patients really do not have a major say on how products are designed for them. But there is a very high power of paying organizations. So our purpose of this whole product is to create a platform where these patients can actually engage with all these certain organizations. We have been incorporated as a private limited company. We are trying to find out the unit economics based on our current MVP. And we would be needing around 20 lakhs for application cost developments. All the equity lies with us. And we are happy to share that we have been blessed with the support of BIRAC. So we won the Amrit Grant Challenge last year. And we also won the best startup in digital innovation category at Anthropocene IKP, who was our incubator in the BIRAC organization. That's from my side. Thank you so much.
So good, Amitesh, Dr. Amitesh, great presentation. So how many ASHA workers are using this as of now?
So, sir, as a beta testing which we have done, so we reached out to Bulandshahr. I have personal contacts there. So around 50 ASHA workers we reached out, and they are covering each 1,000 population. So roughly 50,000 population we tried to reach in the first POC of the application.
And what is their feedback?
So the feedback, again, sir, as a user, if I'm a patient, if I ask you to come on board my app, the first feedback, the most common asked feedback is, what will I get out of it? So the answer to that is never that you'll get to know about your disease or you'll get to know about it's mainly financial, that you are giving you a financial incentive. And as we are aware, ASHA also works on a financial incentive mechanism. So that financial incentive is the hook which is willing them to onboard our app. And then again, after they are on the app and then they see the benefits, we did connect 2 of such patients to a hospital, again, based on their willingness to pay. So then the feedback is positive.
Thank you. So initially you talked of having a subscription model for monetization.
No, sir. No, sir. So we, sir, our pricing model, we are trying to develop. I talked about third-degree price differentiation. So what I was saying that we are trying based on the users which we are getting and the feedback. So we are saying what is the paying capacity. Also, there are geographical disparities. So we don't want a 100 rupee user who is willing to spend 100 rupee on a consultation to be connected to an organization who is charging 1,000 rupee. So that
understood. How are you going to earn money? What is the monetization model?
We, sir, get platform fees. And as I also mentioned, we are trying to work with clinical trial organizations where we'll be all the database which we have. So based on now there is a consent framework also, so we'll be taking partnership fees on that. That's our revenue.
Thank you.
So now it's for audience, like if they have any questions for them. This side. Please ask questions. Okay.
Is the TAM of 1 million not too low?
Sir, it's too low in all the previous conversations we have. So that's why I'm going very conservative, sir. I should have gone 100 times, but standing here, I am trying to be as modest as possible, sir. Yes, so we have developed the app. Currently, we are beta testing our app. So we are trying to develop in 16 regional languages. It's a very simple backend translation. So there is the workflow remains the same. It's just a linguistic,
Data which comes out of each language, it is converted in a single language, or
So on that, what we have found that generally across India, you would find all the reports still following basic English as a language. So that is where a uniformity is already there. I am talking about the app functionality per se, where you are the way the buttons are placed or to guide the user to come on board. Still, more or less, English is being used. Very rarely, regional language is used for giving a report or a prescription.
thank you, sir.
So one last thing, like, is it possible to have some demo video for this? No.
I do have, sir. It's on my laptop. I'll show it to you, sir.
Okay, fine. You can show it.
I'll show it to you, sir. Towards the end.
Any more questions? Yeah.
First of all, sir, this is a wonderful task. I have a just journal query, like through the ASA workers, like in the villages, generally the healthcare facility are provided by the government facilities. So do you think that villager will ready to pay through the ASA worker because they are expecting the free medicine generally through this channel?
So that's what sir had also asked, and I agree with that. When we were talking to, so ASHA workers work on an incentive-based mechanism that they, let's say if they are assisting a delivery, so they would be getting a certain amount of money to assist that institutional delivery. So the way we are trying to work our business model is that the patient, the user actually gets a very minuscule but some amount of money to upload its reports. Let's say you upload 5 of your reports and then you get 20 rupees or 30 rupees out of it. So the patient gets, but then these group of patients become a huge monetization benefit for the hospitals who would be effectively paying the platform fees and also to support that. So that is the only way we can create a sustainable mechanism. There is, I put it bluntly, but there is no free service anyone can provide. Someone has to pay for it. But if we can create a sustainable and affordable mechanism so that the real people who need it, if they can be benefited, I think that's the purpose we are trying to solve.
Okay, I think it's okay.
Thank
Dr.
you,
Amitesh,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you very much, sir. It was such an enlightening talk. I would now like to invite Dr. Nishtha with her topic, Building a Self-Contained, Non-Invasive, Flexible Real-Time Health Monitoring Front End, which is compact and do not limit the wearer's mobility. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
So good evening, everyone. Good evening, respected jury members, my colleagues and students over here. So the topic of this presentation is flexible electronics-based efficient front-end circuits for non-invasive continuous health monitoring in biomedical wearable devices. So I am, first of all, introduction about myself. I am Dr. Nishtha Kansal. I have done my PhD from IIIT Delhi in analog and mixed signal design, mainly towards the application of biomedical wearable systems. Currently, I am a teaching fellow in EC department in IIIT Delhi, and my mentors are Dr. Paidi Ganga, she is from IISER Bhopal, and Dr. Sujadev from IIIT Delhi. Also, we have collaborations with IIT Kanpur, Dr. Ashutosh, where we do fabrications of our circuits, and Dr. Pedro from Cinamit, Portugal. So first of all, a brief introduction about what we have done. So wearable technologies, also called as wearables or wearable tech, is a device or sensor that can worn or embedded in our body to perform the specific functions. So currently, this technology has been expanded to reach the 929 million by the year 2024. And as per ID Tech X analysis report, the market of the wearable technology is expected to see the growth of $70 billion till 2025. So the main applications of wearable technology in different areas is very vast and still growing. And these are the most intelligent technologies nowadays which provides high quality of healthcare monitoring. And also they can be easily enclosed in patches or on the items which can be worn, such as ring or a shirt. So this is a basic diagram where we can see that different wearables for the human. It can be smart glasses, watch, shirt, or even a watch, which we nowadays we have seen. So currently, in the state of artwork, what we have, like from the beginning, what we have, first we have early commercial ECG devices, which are known as water buckets. First we use these devices to detect the ECGs. Then we have a benchtop devices for ECG measurement. Then we came up with the portable devices for the ECG measurement. Nowadays, we are using a wearable devices for the ECG measurement. So in our research work, we propose a flexible wearable devices where we don't have to wear a watch or anything. It can be either printed on our cloth, or it can be fabricated on a plastic or on anything. So it is not that we have to wear that device as a watch. So the main problem statement is that the wearable devices which are available, they are all crystalline silicon based. Mainly the disadvantage of crystalline silicon based are that they cannot be bent. Okay, so they are not flexible, and the fabrication cost is also very high. We require a complete fabrication room to fabricate those circuits. So these are the main, and also like in our wearable devices, we can monitor ECG or EEG or temperature. All the things we cannot monitor in one single device. So we propose a new device which can be flexible, which can be compact, which can be reliable, which can be robust, and which is also a lightweight. And it can be used from a newborn child to an old age child, even to an Indian Army person, or to anybody. If a child is playing on a ground, it can be worn to that person also. So the main objective of this work is that we have proposed a non-invasive wearable biomedical front end. Mainly, everyone is talking about the wearable device, which after fabrication, how the signals can be processed. But we are telling about the front end. We have done our research on the front end. It is the most critical part of a wearable device, like how we capture a biomedical signal and how it is pre-processed by the analog blocks. So the main disadvantage of the biomedical signal is that they are low frequency and they are low amplitude. So how we can process them is the main challenge for us. So why non-invasive? Because it should be handy, compact, and non-obstructive. Why front end? Because it is the most critical block in the complete biomedical wearable devices. Why flexible? So that it can be used with a wide range of persons. And why continuous monitoring? Because like if there is a heart disease, so we can track ECG or EEG signals. The changes can occur 8 to 24 hours before any heart disease occur. So if we have a device which can continuously monitor ECG or EEG signals, so we can decrease the death rate of that person. So within this, we have a new technology other than a crystalline silicon-based technology, which is known as oxide TFT technology. So currently, oxide TFT technology, there are 2-3 types of oxide TFT technology which people are currently working. So in India, we have some people like in IIT and IISc Bangalore who are working in organic TFTs, or we called as amorphous hydrogenated silicon thin film transistors. But the disadvantage with these technologies is that they have very low mobility. Low mobility means that if a technology has a low mobility, so it means the speed will be less of the device. So the technology which we are working is in organic thin film transistors. The main challenge with this technology is that we have only N-type transistors in that. We don't have P-type transistors, so all the circuits have to be made in N-type transistors. And compared to other TFT technology, it has highest mobility. And other than that, it can be fabricated on a room temperature. Not much fabrication cost is required as compared to the crystalline silicon technology. And also it provides us 86% of transparency in visible spectrum, and it can be fabricated on glass, plastic, fiber or paper, or even on cloth. So these are general the device operation. The device operation is similar to the crystalline silicon technology which is there. Just the difference is that we are using only the N-type transistors in this. So we have done fabrication in 2 labs. These are some results of those fabrication. In Cinemet Lab, Portugal, we have fabricated the TFT technology, and also in Flexi Lab, IIT Kanpur, we have fabricated this technology. So we have fabricated on 60 nanometer in Cinemet, and in Flexi Lab, we have fabricated in 80 nanometer. And the mobility we have achieved is 12 centimeter square per volt second. And in Flexi Lab, we have achieved 8.2 centimeter square per volt second. So on the substrate which we used for Cinemet is pen or glass, and for Flexi Lab, we use polyamide or glass substrate. So this is a proposed block diagram of analog front end which we used. So you can see the chip over there which is highlighted. This is the complete chip which we have developed with the flexible technology. It consists of first of all, the on-chip power supply and a signal conditioning and processing block. So on-chip power supply consists of further 3 components, which is the printed battery, ring oscillator, and a bootstrap circuit. So the the biomedical signal which we capture are in low amplitude. So bootstrapping circuit, what it does, it just increase the amplitude of those biomedical signals, and the ring oscillators are used to generate the clocks which are used in the bootstrapping circuit. After that, the signal is increased, then we go to preamplifier, which generally amplifies the circuit and cancel out the noises. And then the low pass filter, in order to have only the low frequency signals. Okay. In order to have a low frequency signals, we use low pass filter, and then the ADC, which is the analog to digital converter, which converts it to a digital signals, and it can be further transmitted. So these are some fabrication images which we fabricated: bootstrapping circuit, individual circuits, ring oscillators, preamplifiers, and the bicords which we use low pass filter which are. So this is the ADC, delta sigma ADC which we use. These are some fabrication images, and this is the flexible chip which we fabricated. And the proposed block diagram for our the main conclusion is for the complete is that currently till now, nobody in the research work, nobody has achieved with thin film transistor 8.9 bits after converting it to a digital. We are the first one who has generated 8.9 bits, which is very good with oxide TFT technology. And the future directions are that the noise is not cancelled in our preamplifier till now completely. We have further processing to cancel out the noises, and also increasing those ENOP to around 11 so that we can commercialize our work. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, good. So Dr. Nishtha, yeah, it is a good innovation. So my point is, have you tried to understand its market potential?
Yes, sir. So actually, till now with TFT, there is nothing in biomedical. Okay. So we are the first one who are generating this type of analog front end with the TFT.
Do you have any numbers for its market, like how your product will go into the market, and do you have done any studies regarding that?
Sir, regarding the market, no, sir, not yet, because, sir, we have further cancel out the noises, and
Got it.
then we have to fabricate the complete chip. Our individual circuits are fabricated, but not the complete chip.
So
has
at
been
what
done.
stage your innovation is as of now?
Sir, all the circuits have been done. Simulations of complete block diagram is done. Just a fabrication has to be done of the complete analog front end.
Okay, thank you.
If it works, then we will go for the patent.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
It was, I thought I was back in electronics class after a long time, maybe after 50 years.
Okay.
I noticed that you have not yet done noise modeling.
Yes, sir.
And how do you, what is your plan for that? And what type of noise do you think will be existing?
Sir, actually the main problem is the flicker noise in the low frequency. So we will be using we are using instrumentation amplifier for that, because it is the most appropriate amplifier to cancel out the flicker noise. So we are still on process, like to cancel out actually we are not able to cancel out that much noise which is required. But yeah, we are working on that.
I think that would be the most challenging part.
Yeah.
The second thing that you said was that you will amplify the low amplitude signals
Yes, sir.
by amplification. The
Yes,
moment
sir.
you say amplification, you have noise, and you have not yet cancelled the noise.
No, sir. Actually, we are using low pass filter, the SC backward which I showed. That also cancel out almost all the noise. So because of that only we use the low pass filter after the preamplifier in order to cancel out complete noise.
And you have not cancelled out signals in that.
Sir, cancel out?
You are sure that it was only the noise which was
Yes,
filtered
sir.
out and
Yes, sir.
not the signal.
So actually the complete system is working in the simulation, and we are getting 8.9 bits with that with TFT technology. So we are the first one who has done the complete simulation of analog front end with this technology.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So further to the previous question, you have said that you will do low pass filtering.
Yes, sir.
So the noise which is not in the signal band will get eliminated.
Yes, sir.
What are you planning to do for the in-band noise which is there in the band of the signal?
So for that we are using this analog to digital converter. We have implemented a circuit in order to cancel out the inbuilt noise, the in-band noise in that. So delta sigma ADC which we are using, we have incorporated a noise cancellation policy like RNC we have used in delta sigma ADC so that that noise can be cancelled out.
Okay, so that is going to be really challenging. And so the good part about your technology is that, as you're saying, it is novel and nobody
Yes,
else has
sir.
it. As of now, the disadvantage which I can see for the project where it is that you've not yet reached the clinical trials level, because the accuracy of your readings and those things will start coming into picture.
Okay, so actually with simulations, yeah, individual blocks fabricated and tested, and it has given good amount of good.
No, we are happy with what
yeah.
you have presented.
Okay.
We are it's a word of caution.
Yeah,
As you go ahead, the challenges are going to increase. So all the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, from audience, somebody? Any questions from the audience? No. Yeah, I think we can go ahead. Thank you.
The audience is too dull, I think, to ask questions. I don't know why. All right, moving forward, we have the last team. So kindly show some energy, because this is going to be really nice, because they have models also to demonstrate. So let me now welcome Mohammad Kashif Khan and group with their topic, Laparoscopic Simulatory Model that accurately portrays all surface and deep anatomical landmarks.
So, laparoscopic surgery, the mysterious surgery of the time, the one which proved to be of immense importance in the current medical trend, the so-called surgery of science fiction, leaving minimal scar and promoting faster healing. But is the skill of laparoscopic surgery accessible to every budding surgeon of the country? Are the current medical trends promoting this skill of laparoscopic surgery to the remote and localized section of this country? No. Good evening to the respected members of the DICE. I am Mohammad Kashif Khan, along with my teammates Akshay Srivastav and Tejas Nayak from Shri Balaji Institute of Medical Science, Raipur, are presenting before you an endo trainer, our friendo trainer. This endo trainer costs much less than your one-time dinner bill.
So coming to the competitive advantages and differences of our product from a typical commercially available endo trainer. So the commercial, as you can see that the commercial endo trainer, even though much more complex and much more expensive, does not mimic the human anatomy. And our endo trainer, as you can see, that is a pinpoint representation of what our human anatomical landmark is. Coming to the cost differences, that normal endo trainer has a price from list to list. It generally costs around 25,000, but we only take 1,500 rupees for it. Coming to the accessibility, since we are taking it to the remotely available areas, it is much more accessible. Moreover, no expertise installment is required for it. It is just ready to use product in which it is been delivered to you, and then it could be easily picked up, and all should be done. As the camera system is modified for your own high-end camera system of the mobiles, and you use the mobile camera system, so no electrical implants or electricity is required for it. Coming to the stage of development, as you can see, the model is right there, and it is yet ready to market. Although we haven't published it, but it is ready to market. So who are our customers? First of all the medical students. As per the curriculum, there are 5 batches running together. So 5 lakh students by nationwide. Then the postgraduate students, then the already established surgeons, paramedical staff, OT technicians, patient and their relative. As we could easily use this model to make the attendants and the relatives understand about the ongoing surgery that is going to be taken on. So total 50 lakh consumers are been targeted approximately. Now, coming to the simplicity of the product, what are the innovativeness and uniqueness of our product? First of all, as I have already discovered, it stimulates human body. It's been high time now, and none of the laparoscopic endo trainers really show how you easily do the surgery on the particular human body. Second, it's cheaper. Third, it provides real patient visualization. Fourth, it incorporates all new upcoming technology. Like if you use high-end devices of mobile phones, you get high OLED displays, high mobile camera systems. So our thing is that you don't require any further camera. You just have to take your mobile phone and just start using it. It is highly portable. No expertise installment. No expertise installment is needed. Now, as for the simplicity and uniqueness of our product, we could easily analyze that for the publishing, no hurdles or threat has to be done, no technological barriers is done, no legal certification is required, as we are not using any cadaver, we are using the human body model. And coming to the range of product, right now we have only made one which could also be called MVP, as it is our first version. Later on we could add and enhance it and make it more sector wise. We would try to make it for more of app support for 3D visualization, and we would enhance the minute anatomical details to decrease error percentage. Later on, since it is not ready to market, we would try for patent approval also.
Now, let me take you to the working of our business model. We are aiming for the following distribution channels, that is pharmacy, bookstores, medical complex, and the current trend of online market. Currently, we have no paid customers now, but surely we have got many inquiries for that. Justifying the cheap dinner claim which my friend made earlier, here we have the production cost of our model, which is nearly 1,000 rupees, and you can see the expenses like the mannequin, paint, ice cream stick, gypsum board, and all the vacuitainers, etc. Now, coming to the ingenious approaches towards the development of friendotainer, we have replaced the trocars with empty vacuitainers that are used for sample collection, and for that endotrainer model we have used a mannequin, and instead of costly laparoscopic cameras we are using mobile phone cameras for that, and we have made some endotrainer exercises for suturing and passing of loops, etc. Our marketing strategy, the target forums we can promote our product on social media, Indian Medical Association meetings and workshops, surgical and medical conferences, and other firms. The current alternatives of these endotrainers are Olympus, Johnson & Johnson, Ethicon, and Covidian, but none of them provide the anatomy of the human body, which ours does.
Now coming to the marketing strategy of us, our key strategic partners will be the surgical companies, medical institutes, nursing colleges, government aids. The main focus group in which we are looking at are the trainees in surgical graduation, the surgical graduates and specialists, the trainee OT technical staff and the nursing staffs, and the other patient relatives to better visualize them, what operations are we going to perform on them. Now coming to the competitive advantage this model has, as you can see, it is user-friendly, no expertise is required for installation, the cadaveric learning is not needed, which is of most importance now, no harm to the patients, provide real body stimulation and many advantages. Now coming to the implementation process, it will require a bunch of manpower, assembly unit and marketing and delivery unit, but for one model we require that. It also requires no maintenance. Now coming to the scalability of business, we have 3 lakh potential customers coming from a 50 lakh consumer base. We have a huge potential of consuming the market as there are no competitive advantages right now. You can see that estimated growth curve which we have plotted in this graph. Now coming to the, we are expecting an 80% market share. There are no key or risk threats and there are no competitions in the current market.
So we may begin to share other relevant information that we were actually the first prize winners of the 18th Amasi International Conference and activity that has gone under it, and we won the first prize for this innovation. Most of all, as Sapan sir said, that the SimuCon was held on 2023 and we were the first prize winners of the SimuCon or Simulation Con for it, and hence we got a highly boost for it and many offers for that. It is appreciated from and recognized by many high-level practicing surgeons and high-level surgeons from nationwide and also for international wide, because we did made it available on a stall in the international conference, and it is also eligible under hashtag Startup India. Here you could see the pictures of the conference and the in which we were recognized. So right here is the applicable aspects of it. Here you could see that the instruments we are using is all just used up instruments which could be easily taken from any OT sector, which are discarded instruments. Moreover, the vacuum trainer provide the triangulating action. We have designed it such a way that in the OT, the cameras in real although provide.
We can also explain the procedure to the patient and their relatives. For example, if a person is going to have a laparoscopic cholecystectomy, so we can explain the procedure in this our endotrainer that what operation is going to be for that.
Moreover, you can see that we have used a mobile phone camera instead of an expensive laparoscopic camera. So here you can see that there's a real-time casting from this phone to that laptop. So it provides us with a better advantage of providing a central database and AI visualization in the future endeavors. So it will help in future learning also for students and for other persons who need it.
Finally, coming to the other applied aspects. So in this model, here you could visualize that in that laptop. Here you could visualize that all the human anatomy has been described. Moreover, the functional aspects of it, like the suturing pad, the knotting of string in the loop, ring in the loop, all the exercise have been made in much cheaper way and in much more presentable way, so that it could be available to any paramedical, any rural or any type of medical sector in all over India. So we end up by saying that since this Young Innovation Conference, we Young Innovation present you the future of the innovation of future of our generation of laparoscopic surgery, the Friendo trainer. Thank you.
Okay, good. So like this is just the mobile projection on this, is it?
Yes, this is the mobile projection.
So when you are saying that you are instead of laparoscopic camera you are using mobile phone, so you are not doing any kind of image processing on the image that you get from here.
Right now we aim to make first version the most reliable and the most cheaper way of it. Further on, if high-end camera system by addition of certain companies, if we make it or partner it up, then the price would sit. But our aim was to just provide it all nationwide, even in the lowest to lowest sector of India. So we did for camera.
No, that is good. But as of now, the limitation is the resolution of your camera, the type of camera you are using,
Sir,
and obviously.
I would like to add on that. The only difference is that a laparoscopic camera provides a 3D view of a field and we are providing a 2D view of a field. In actual laparoscopic instruments, we would require a 3D view because in that we need to perform an actual person. But while we are in training mode, I think that making the product more accessible is far better than giving a 3D view. While in many colleges, I have visualized, sir, not many endotrainers are available. At max, there are 10 endotrainers available, and we thought there's a need for us to learn on this.
So unfortunately in the jury we don't have a doctor as of now. So I think doctors could have commented better here. But anyway, I'm just saying from the technology point of view. Okay.
laparoscopic surgery में सबसे ज़्यादा important eye hand का coordination.
Okay, good.
Eye hand coordination practice करने के लिए endotrainers use होते हैं, ना कि surgery के लिए हम use करेंगे endotrainer.
Okay, good.
Can you maybe show, if you move it around one time? Okay, let's just switch it on for the switching.
Just to showcase the exercises, let us bring it to the basic
Actually, I may show you a video in which we have performed it from a qualified surgeon, a gastrologist. Actually, we are third-year MBBS students, and we also lack certain capability of performing the future care. But we have tested from a orthopedic surgeon, and I will present you the video of him.
This you can see that this is a sponge. This is placed here to replicate a normal body. So in this we can practice teaching. In our field we use bananas or papaya peels for practicing surgery. So we are trying to replace that with a much stiffer model. For that we are using sponge. And let me finish showing video. I can show this is a surgical pad. Normally surgical pads are quite expensive. They cost nearly, a pad costs nearly 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. This we just got for 10 rupees. This is a normal foam that is used in automobile industry. We just got the pad, painted it, and it
वीडियो है प्रेजेंटेशन में उसको हाँ प्ले करना है उसको प्ले करना है
So according to you, training on this should be good enough to for like final year medical student.
Yes, sir. We are aiming at that, sir. So that while performing, it's not included in the basic 5-year curriculum till now that a student should learn the laparoscopy. But by making this more accessible, it can be made in a curriculum so that students, while we learn the cannulization, catheterization in a 5-year medical course, we are not exposed to laparoscopy in our earlier medical ages. So by this, we'll get better exposure to this.
Probably just one suggestion, you can market it as a complementary product to the actual laparoscopy thing, wherein the initial training can be done on this, and then the more specialized training can go on the 3D cameras.
Yeah, I think without, and we are not doctors. Only thing is, I have undergone a laparoscopic surgery some time back. So having said that, you see the point that you made for explaining the patient as to what will be happening inside his body, or explaining to the relatives of the patient. It's a good way of displaying that. But I really doubt if without the third dimension being available, you get the real feel of what you are doing. Because whether it is surgery, or for that matter any activity related to science, maybe making of PCBs or things like that, you have to have that third dimension. I don't know whether doctors would be better off to say whether the third dimension is essential or not essential.
Okay, I would like to, thank you for getting all this stuff here and showing it in a different way, what other people have not done. So that is really appreciated. And keep up the work. You're doing a good job. Okay, thank you.
Any questions from audience?
Oh, it is very nice, sir. Actually, you were talking about that this model can be used as a raw model for practicing for the paramedics, and I would include nursing as well. We are trained about what all OT sterile stuffs we are used to do, but we are never trained about what inside. If we are appointed as a OT nurse, we are never trained. We are directly appointed to a OT, and then only we start learning on a live patient. So this model would be exactly, I would say that it would be a very great example to make nurses and all paramedics learn through a stimulated process. So my suggestion, it is very perfect for me, but my suggestion if would add like a cauterization and smoke realization, so it would be more advanced. और अगर आप anatomical में अगर आप locations and layers भी add कर दे, तो more accessible हो जाएगा, सबको पता चल जाएगा. When we make a incision, we have such a layers, ऐसे mannequins में ऐसे layers आती है. तो as a nurse or as a medicos, we are just taught in the books, और जो books में figure है, when we actually see the patient, we don't figure it out, or sometimes we don't relate. So my suggestion.
जी मैम, वही सचिन सर ने भी कहा था, मैम ने भी कहा था कि नर्सिंग और ओटी टेक्नीशियंस के लिए, तो हमारा एंडोटेनर उसके लिए भी टारगेट करता है मैम। जो पोर्ट प्लेसमेंट होते हैं, एनाटॉमी बताना, मिड क्लेविकुलर लाइन, मिड एक्सिलरी लाइन, एंटीरियर सुपीरियर लेग स्पाइन, तो ये हमारे मॉडल से काफ़ी क्लियरली अवेलेबल है। तो ये ओटी टेक्नीशियन और नर्सिंग स्टाफ के लिए भी बहुत ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव हो सकता है।
Yes, sir. I totally agree that,
Ji.
sir. It is a very good model. But I am telling to, if you are about to add something, I would like to suggest कि cauterization जो हम करते हैं, to vessels clipping, and also we do what is like smoke exertion and suctioning. अगर वो सब भी आप एक मॉडल में ऐड कर दें, तो it would be easy and with a whole sterile process. तो बेसिक से लेके एज बेसिक आपने एक्सप्लेन द प्रोसीजर से स्टार्ट करा है, तो उसमें वी ऑल इंक्लूड दिस एज अ ओटी प्रोसीजर, वो भी ऐड हो जाएगा, तो इट वुड एनहांस योर मॉडल एंड दैट इज एक्सट्रीमली योर हार्ड वर्क शोज व्हाट यू हैव डन.
Thank you so much. I must congratulate you on this innovative idea of coming up with this kind of model. I run a nursing college. You know, I spend lakh of money, means crore of monies on this mannequins. What I feel is, though we are not using this kind of models in my laboratory, but we can. I will definitely talk to you about this because, see, we teach our students to stitch the wound by keeping a gauze piece, because it's very difficult to bring a real simulation mannequin and teach them the stitching of the wound. So this idea is very good. You come up with a foam, like where you can really do a stitching, and this using the vacuum thinner as your piercing mode, and also using a mobile camera. That's a very good idea, though it is not really into the real model it is depicting. But to teach the students, it's a real one. I think it's a good one. You should come up with many more models like this. I think I encourage the youth to come up with this kind of models, because we spend a lot of money on this mannequins, because it's one of the criteria of the councils to keep up these models in the labs, you know, simulation labs. So for practicing and for learning purpose, this is really very good. As one of the faculty was telling you that keep a landmark. You need to really, we need to know where is the anatomical position, that you can really mark it, because now we are unable to point out where exactly the pricking, where exactly we need to look in. So these anatomical markings, if you give, I think that will be a better understanding for the. Okay, thank you so much. It's really good. I really like the idea of this. And I think you should think in this direction because, you know, I wanted to buy one model on muscles and, nerves with the whole model. I didn't get the model which is at a cheaper rate throughout India. I was searching. For a simple model, they were costing me around 2 lakhs. A simple model with muscles and nerves and like arteries it is depicting. I didn't buy it because it's of no use buying such costly models just to teach them anatomical, muscles and arteries. Though we have 2, 3, but the criteria says you should have a 5 models, 6 models in a lab. So this is a good idea, I feel. Thank you so much.
So I have a question and a suggestion as well. So I think as medical students, this is commendable that you have taken initiative in this. But I think, so what I understand, I'm not a surgeon, disclaimer. I do have a medical background. I've done dissections, helped with surgeries, but I'm not a surgeon myself. But I think if you're teaching laparoscopy, a lot of it is actually the feel of the tissue when you go in. I remember, for example, you identify the nerve by its distinct feel than from a tendon, right? So all of that. So I think so I don't think this is ready yet for a laparoscopic surgery training. It is perhaps ready for how your hand-eye coordination should be and how should you operate these instruments, and then maybe you should maybe tie knots and so on. So I think if you pitch it in that manner, and not as maybe a model for laparoscopic surgery, I think you'll get better traction. and then try to improve upon what is the real world challenges around that area, as ma'am was saying, and then focus on that. Otherwise, you'll get distracted by trying to attempt something your model cannot do. That's my suggestion. Thank you.
Adding on to what Sir was saying, this probably is more, traditionally it is called lapro trainer, but actually it should be called hand-eye coordination trainer, because that's what we're trying to do. And regarding the exact feel, actually human brain is something what if we know that this is appendix, it will treat it like that. So anyway, since we are operating with the instrument, it doesn't really matter whether I'm operating on a small silicon tube or a actual appendix. So that is one thing. Second thing, for years, surgeons have been operating by this particular, like this type of, the view from the normal laparoscopic camera is same as what they are using. Stereoscopic views are coming, but they are extra costly. So most of the surgeons, they are using they get the view that what they are probably having. So again, what I want to say, it is probably say like 90% of what or 80% of what a human body will be having. But at the same time, if I compare it with say a commercial model, a commercial model will be 10 times costlier, not even 10 times, 400 times costlier than what they would have made it. So it is the choice between like whether you want to invest say 5 lakh rupees for a model or just a couple of hundred of rupees for learning the same thing actually. There's no extra benefit from the commercial model. That's what I think ma'am was also trying to say. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. This was such an impressive presentation. I can see the energy coming back as we inch towards the end of our conference. So this brings me to end the conference, but I would want Professor Pritesh to kindly come over the stage and felicitate Commander Gaurav Sharma. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. We would now have a 5 minutes break where the jury will decide who our winner is, and then we'll just declare the awards. Please do not step out. Kindly stay intact.
Saxena retired. Param Vishish Seva Medal, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Vishish Seva Medal. He was in the Navy for 39 years and retired as a Vice Admiral from the electrical branch. He has held various challenging appointments, including Admiral Superintendent Dockyard. He was also there in quality assurance and various other fields. Sir was also CWP&A, which is the controller warship production and acquisition. So I would invite sir to announce the results for today.
At the outset, I must thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to present to you the results of today's competition. Needless to mention, each of the teams have done wonderfully. I was really enlightened with the type of technical work and scientific work that is going on in this field of health. I thought that my world was large enough where we do technology innovations in the field of defense and maybe defense-related subjects. But health, so much of work going on is really mind-boggling to say the least. I was also impressed by the enthusiasm displayed by the team members in presenting their innovations, and very importantly, the audience here lived up to the spirit of the entire process. So without much ado, I would like to announce the results. Any guesses? No guesses? There have to be some guesses. I think nobody wants to take the risk. Yeah, it was so closely contested that it is impossible for you people to, guess unless you had noted down some specific points of each of the contestants. I will announce in the order which you would not like to hear, but still, let me do that. Team 4 was the third in the competition.
So team 4 is Mohammad Kashif.
So team 4 is Mohammad Kashif Khan, and team 2. The second prize goes to, or second in the competition is team 1, headed by Govind T. So now at least I hope there will be some guesses. Team 3? Anyone else? No? Yeah, there is only binary now left. I'm sure somebody should have said team 2. And so it is team 2. And that is Dr. Amitesh K. Can you come here, please? Thank you very much for your patience.
All the winners are requested to kindly be on stage for a group photo. I would now request Professor Tav Pritesh to kindly felicitate Vice Admiral A.K. Saxena. Can we please turn off the music? Thank you so much. I would repeat, I would now request Professor Tav Pritesh to kindly felicitate Vice Admiral A.K. Saxena. I would request Professor Tav Pritesh to kindly felicitate Commander Kamal Tripathi. We can show some energy, I'm very sure. Yeah, that's the spirit.